One of these teams was playing Saturday in a section championship, and that was Salesian. They beat Campolindo and won their third consecutive NCS title. Folsom, they lost to Sheldon in their last game in the San Joaquin Section Division I semifinals. They've had time to reflect. Who will move on to Tuesday's CIF Open Division semifinal? You'll find out next. Welcome to Albany High School in Albany for this opening round of the CIF Boys Open Division on NorCal Sports TV. I'm Chris Babcock. Thanks for joining us. Folsom, the number 8 seed against the number 1 seed, Salesian, who's on a 22-game winning streak. Well, want to introduce you first to the Folsom Bulldogs. (25-5). That's Isaiah Jones, lethal shooter. And then Martez Johnson, effective dribbling penetration there, averaging over 12 a game. Jace McCain, effective scorer, great athletic player. And here he is on the steal and the finish. That was a game we did back in December. And LJ Gallegos had 24 to Forbes. Mason, that is. And a little action for him, a little high-low, and with the finish. Forbes going to Harvard. Very good around the basket. And here is this sharing the basketball. That's Folsom High School. And we had a chance to speak with the Folsom head coach, Mike Wall.
Coach, big game tonight. You made the trip down the 80, going against Salesian. What's unique about Salesian and how you've prepared this week?
I think the biggest thing is how balanced they are, how defensively solid they are. The other thing is offensively, they can kill you in so many different ways. It seems like every game we've watched them on film, they found a different way to beat the opponent offensively. Sometimes they shoot threes, sometimes they dribble penetrate, sometimes they go inside on post-ups, sometimes they press you and turn you over, other times they run great offense. Coach Mellis does a heck of a job with his team, both fundamentally and strategically, and it's hard to find weaknesses.
Now, you played 9 days ago against Sheldon, overtime loss. Reflecting back on that, how's that help you in tonight's game?
Well, I think athletically, Sheldon's very, very quick, very athletic as a whole. Very similar, actually, to Salesian, minus the big kid, which they have, which Sheldon didn't. But I think our guys responded well after a little shell shock of their level of athleticism. Very much a higher level than the league we'd played in. Our preseason schedule, we faced a lot of very athletic teams, but not in the regular season. Right. And I think we've adjusted a little bit better, and I think we'll be better prepared tonight because of it.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you very much.
That's Folsom High School, and a team we've covered extinct. We've covered a lot of games. Football coach can't spit it out on a Friday night, and that's the Salesian College Preparatory Pride. And for those folks up in Sacramento, I've never seen them play before. Here's our introduction. Tyler Brinkman, capable spot-on shooter, and expect him to be in double figures tonight. Tajon Sawyer off the bench, 24 points and 18 rebounds. He had double figures in the semifinal game against Hayward. Joshua Jefferson, athleticism, tenacity on the boards, and there's an example. Averaging in double figures and the leading rebounder on the team. Jaden McClanahan, defense, offense, attacking the basket. When the Twins activate their powers, their defense can humble a lot of teams. And then Javon McClanahan, his twin brother, dribble penetrator and plays defense like the best of them. And last but certainly not least is James Akenjo, going to UConn, averaging over 20 a game. And you see the other statistics, the leader of this team. And we've done a number of games. In 2 of those games, he was the Fit Pro Go player of the game, and that's James Akenjo. Salesian 30-1 have won 22 in a row, and we had a chance to catch up with Bill Mellis. Has 502 wins, and checked in with him and evaluated what Folsom's going to present.
Coach, opening round of the Open Division. I know that Folsom's a good team, but I know you've been particularly impressed in LJ Gallegos. Share with us what's so impressive about him.
He just plays so hard, and Mason Forbes is a great player, and he gets all the publicity, and well-deserved. He's going, I couldn't go to Harvard if I tried, but Gallegos is the engine that makes him go. We need to do a number on him. Mason's going to get his points and his rebounds. We need to make sure the other guys, particularly Gallegos, doesn't get theirs.
And you're here in Albany, big game tonight. What can you do offensively to counter some of their athleticism?
Well, I just think we need to be in attack mode, whether that's they're playing zone or man. We need to shoot our shots with confidence. We need to use the dribble penetration. And obviously, our defense creates offense, so we want to get steals and get out in the open court and hopefully get some easy buckets that way.
Coach, good luck and have fun tonight. Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, Folsom, as we mentioned, 25-5, 11-1 in conference, won the Sierra Foothill League, and they lost to Sheldon in the Sac Joaquin Section Division I Section playoffs. The common opponent between these two teams is Bishop Gorman. Bishop Gorman handed the Pride their only loss of the season, 69-63 on December 22nd. Folsom, on the other hand, on early in December, beat Bishop Gorman. So there is the common opponent between the teams. As far as keys of the game, first for Folsom High School, they need to be aggressive, not only in their playing, but in their attitude. Coach Wall, in sharing with us last night, just said they didn't get off to a good start against Sheldon, and they were down by 18 at half. He set up some small goals, challenged them, was disappointed in their effort, and they got it to overtime. But unfortunately for them, they lost, but they've had a chance to reflect. Contain the dribble penetration of Salesian, especially their guards, and make plays. And that play, when he says that, he means make plays beyond what the coaches design. Go make a play. And here's the starting lineups. Alternating lineups. Forbes headed to Harvard. Expecting a big game out of Brinkman tonight. Double figures. He just has the ability to step up in big games. The engine that drives Salesian, that drives Folsom, according to Bill Mellis. Javon McClanahan. Johnson, a great combination of strength, speed, and skill. And then James Akenjo, the Cal High Sports Player of the Year in the North Coast section. Sorry to blow your ears out. We'll turn down that mic a little bit. The officials are Fred Salgado, Eric Ellers, and Mike Capps. Want to thank Albany Athletic Director Zeke Lopez for always taking care of us here. The winner of this game will play Tuesday against the winner of the Sheldon-San Joaquin Memorial game. The other games going on in the boys open. Modesto Christian is hosting Bellarmine, and Bishop O'Dowd is hosting Capital Christian. Glad we had an opportunity to get on the air early, get you introduced to all these teams. If you're new to NorCal Sports TV, we'll kind of give you a breakdown. The world, when I say Wilsonberger, that's a block shot. Google it, and you'll discover it was a term that Bill Russell's teammates, because he had that block shot, that Wilsonberger. Folsom in the blue uniforms, and Salesian in their home white, even though they're playing at Albany High School. This is a home game for them, and we know we have folks up in Folsom watching this game because the Folsom girls are hosting, you guessed it, the Salesian girls. Number 1 versus number 8 seed in the open NorCal Regionals. And Akenjo with a quick basket. And Salesian will press. And the thing that's unique about it, and there's a prime example, they make you play faster than you're capable of. There's Akenjo's layup. And you think that there's an opening there, but they're real, because another person's coming to help and trap, and you turn over the basketball. Something that Folsom is going to have to deal with the entire game. They will not let up. Brinkman misses that three, and McCain with the rebound. Coach Wall wants them to be aggressive, and take advantage of situations. Don't be timid, and there's another turnover. Isaiah Jones picked up his dribble, and that appears to be open. When you go to throw the pass, there's a Salesian defender in the passing lane. Kenjo kicks it out to Jade McClanahan, to JJ Joshua Jefferson. Kenjo will reset, 15 on the shot clock. High post. McClanahan, Javon, averaging over 7 a game, 3.6 assists and 2.3 steals. 5-0 early. And there's Mason Forbes, his first touch of the basketball game. His sister is McDonald's All-American, and she's playing against Salesian. There's a jump hook by Forbes that doesn't go. And Salesian with the rebound, and they'll push. Good defense leads to easy shots. And there's an example, but Forbes with the block, but Akenjo's fouled, and he'll get free throws. And what I mean by that, here's the three by Javon McClanahan, is that the good defense will enable them to get transition baskets. This CIF Open Division Boys basketball game on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you in part by Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation covering Contra Costa, Napa, and Solano counties. Muir Orthopedic Specialist, specialized, innovative, compassionate. Fit Pro Go, most delicious shake ever. Who will be our Fit Pro Go player of the game? American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for 35 years. Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel conference rooms. And Skynet.pro, specializing in Bay Area sport video, area video, and photography. Info at sky.net.pro. Akenjo at the free throw line made the first basket for the Pride, and he nets the first. And makes both free throws. And Folsom, they don't want to fall behind by 18 points to Salesian because of their tempo of their defense. And there's always a man attention to Forbes. Wild shot, doesn't go. Forbes with the attempted tip. Jefferson has that pass intercepted by McCain. And Forbes loses the ball. Actually, it'll stay with Folsom. We'll try to, hopefully we have some folks texting us and giving us scores of other games. We appreciate you tuning in here on NorCal Sports TV. Jefferson tries to front Forbes, and Forbes does a good job of sealing the defender, catching the pass, and drawing the foul. See the Forbes feeling for the defender of where he's at and then reacts accordingly. Forbes makes the first free throw. And Folsom is on the board. Good crowd on hand here at Albany. And it's 7-2. And Folsom, a little zone press of their own. You won't see a lot of dribbling, a lot of passing to beat this press. There's an example. Textbook. Jade McClanahan, the lefty, had 7 points, 5 assists, and 3 steals in the section championship game against Campolindo. They won 22 in a row by an average margin of 22-plus points. There's the lefty, beauty. You're watching NorCal Sports TV. We're here in Albany. Little pick and roll. Salesian does a good job of switching and communicating. 12-footer. Jace McCain averaging over 13 a game, 2+ assists, and nearly 5 rebounds for Coach Wall. Appreciate both of these athletic departments of getting us information in a short amount of time. Javon McClanahan answers with a 3. And if Salesian's hitting their threes, they're very dangerous. JJ with the charge. And he's awarded by getting taken out of the game by Tejon Sawyer, who had 15 against Hayward. He then had a double-double against Campolindo, 24 points and 18 rebounds off the bench. Akenjo passing to Sawyer, and it's 3 in the key on the big fella. Spacing was a little off that time, but other than that, Salesian has been very efficient offensively. You're watching the CIF Open Division Boys Opening Round game here from Albany. Gallegos, high post to Forbes. Big test for Sawyers, and they call him on the hand check. And one thing Salesian is good at is they'll adjust to the officials. If you don't call a foul, they'll turn up the physicality. If you do, they'll get right on the border. Gallegos, or McCain drives to Forbes, kicks it out. Good in and out game. Martez Johnson with the basket and Mason Forbes with the assist. He had 6 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 blocks against Sheldon. Scramble for the basketball, and Johnson comes out with it, and he'll push to Forbes, who's hammered. Nice in and out game, in something to key for Folsom tonight, because Forbes is they're gonna help in the post when he gets the basketball. Very silky smooth touch from the free throw line. And I just jinxed him if I was that good, but I'm not. Splits the free throws, it's 12-8. Folsom's first basket, or first points, were by Forbes with 2 free throws at 5:32 left in the first. A little crossover move by Akenjo, and he's fouled by Gallegos. Shane Bell getting ready to check in for Coach Mellis. Akenjo, another great game, had 17 points versus Campolindo, 5 assists and 2 steals. A lot of those points was him controlling the basketball, getting fouled, and going to the free throw line and making those freebies. 14-8. And Salesian with the press. Gallegos guarded by Akenjo. A lot of dribbling. And a good job by McCain splitting the defense. And that time there was a lot of dribbling by Folsom, but their spacing was so good that it allowed the dribble penetration right to the basket. And as far as keys for Salesian, stop or contain Gallegos, make Forbes uncomfortable. Sawyers misses, but he's fouled, and he'll get a couple of free throws and rebound, and that's always a statistic that Salesian just prides himself on. When we out-rebound teams, we win, plain and simple, said Coach Mellis last night. And there's Sawyers getting fouled, and he'll get a couple of free throws. And he is starting to understand things, figure things out. Mr. Sawyer, he's just a sophomore. And got a rare start against Hayward when the McClanahan twins were out and took advantage of it with 15 points and makes both free throws. Both centers have a delicate touch from the free throw line. Jalen Scott has checked in for Folsom. And another layup for Folsom. Folsom's starting to figure out the defense of Salesian and finding the gaps. They're not attacking the basket so much. They're getting vision and getting spacing, then attacking with a purpose. Entry into Sawyers is deflected. Then Akenjo picks it up, and he misses the three, and Forbes gobbles up the basketball, and he's fouled by Shane Bell. And San Joaquin Memorial leads Sheldon 17-12 after the first quarter out in Sacramento. And Salesian leads Folsom's girls 17-13 with 7 minutes left in the first half. You just can't let Akenjo sit down there all alone, and that's exactly what happened. Clutch basket there by the future UConn player. Good look. Second time inside out for Folsom, and Johnson with another three. Bell, air ball, and that'll go to Folsom. They get the stop there. And there's again Forbes kicking the basketball out. He's unselfish. Shares the basketball. And as Joe Davison wrote about him and his sister, McCain, they're generally be found in 4 places: school, the gym, another gym, or crashed out at home. That's the brother and sister team at Folsom. McKenzie, a McDonald's All-American, and both of them will be in our All-NorCal games. Jade McClanahan with the hoop. Johnson loses it, and it'll be a turnover, and Salesian will have a chance for a catch and shoot. And Coach Mellis will put his shooters out. And that one falls short. And at the end of the first quarter, Salesian leads Folsom 21-17. Do you need an aggressive and persuasive criminal defense attorney in Contra Costa, Solano, or Napa County? Contact Vincent R. Maher, attorney at law. You can benefit from the dedicated advocacy of an attorney who is one of the rare criminal trial lawyers in the state to be a specialist certified by the California State Bar. Contact him at 707-427-2800, 707-427-2800. Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, a professional corporation. Muir Orthopedic Specialists, specializing in orthopedic treatment and care through physical therapy, reconditioning, pain management, and surgery, with over 20 doctors in Walnut Creek, San Ramon, Brentwood, and Concord. Muir Orthopedic Specialists, restoring strength, health, and mobility. Go to MuirOrtho.com for more information and testimonials from patients. MuirOrtho.com. Muir Orthopedic Specialists, specialized, innovative, compassionate. And want to remind you, follow us on our social media platforms at NorCal SportsTV, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Doesn't cost you anything. youtube.com/NorCalSportsTV. You don't have to log on. You don't have to pay a subscription fee. Just subscribe to our channel and support us and support our partners. Folsom basketball to start the second half. Deshaun Lynch, the only multi-sport player on the team, and I love when the football players get involved, and he gets a layup right off the bench for Coach Wall. Slow start for Folsom, but since they have figured things out, they've been strong with the basketball. They've had good spacing and good inside-out game with Malcolm Forbes distributing the basketball. McClanahan with a layup. Jaden working his magic. That's not containing the dribble penetration. Forbes showing great passing ability tonight. McCain misses that one wide right, and Lynch with the rebound, and I think they reset. Johnson in for Jalen Scott. And Houston Millette in, number 23, for Salesian. And Josh Jefferson back in the game, and he makes his impression early on, coming off after taking a rest. Brinkman misses. McClanahan with the rebound, and Jaden will reset. Javon McClanahan recognized that the defender overplayed the pass and took it right to the basket. He's fouled, and both teams are a couple of fouls away before the one-on-one. And he sees the opening, and he attacks, and McCain fouls. A little out of sorts. Jade McClanahan with the basketball. Misses, tips his own rebound out to Millette. And Javon McClanahan with the basketball. Hands it to his twin brother, Jaden. And they call a hand check on Martez Johnson. Akenjo back in the game. Salesian, oh, this is a high-scoring affair. I was incorrect. This was in the first quarter. If this is correct, this is from the athletic director from Folsom. Salesian leads Folsom 26-24, 3:32 in the first quarter, if that's a true score. Appreciate the updates. Akenjo with the basketball. Little shimmy, little shake. Millette to Javon, and he takes the three. McCain with the basketball. He's on our Sacramento All NorCal Sports TV team. And we've got a 5-second call. There's the defense having its effects. And where teams usually feel it the most is at the end of quarters. Early on here in the second quarter. Akenjo. Slow approach, gets it in. Brinkman misses that. But Jade McClanahan with the rebound, and then a block shot. And Folsom's on the run. And the layup goes. Jalen Scott back into the game. Folsom in the zone. Brinkman sets a nice screen for McClanahan. That one doesn't go. Rebound by Jones. And he pushes up to Scott, and McClanahan tips that one out of bounds. Martez Johnson checks in for, there's Scott making the basket. Trust me, it went in. Four-camera look here from Albany High School. We can do that because we've got great partners like Muir Orthopedic and Vincent R. Maher, attorney at law, Fit Pro Go, American Asphalt Meeting Rooms on Demand. Adue will check in for Jefferson, and Lynch will take a rest. Got a basket when he first came in for Coach Wall. Forbes, just really a patient big man, but misses that one. Good defense by the Pride. And Akinjo answers. Defense helping the offense. There's an example. McClanahan turning up the heat, and there's another 5-second call. You could talk about all you want about this pressure defense, but until you go against it, you don't feel the heat. And there's the pressure. And that was a second quarter score. Already got an apology. No apologies required. Didn't run over my dog. Appreciate the updates. Great opportunity here for the Pride. And they're treating that possession like a very precious possession. Forbes with the intimidation. But Manny Idioy, and I know I'm butchering his last name and I apologize, gets the putback. We've only done like 4 of their games. You think the dumb football coach would figure it out, but I haven't. I apologize. Steal, and the Pride defense is really starting to pay off here. Akinjo misses that 3. Good decision by Folsom to set the offense. And then Isaiah Jones bangs the 3, and it's a timeout. Coach Wall off the made 3. This CIF Open Division Boys Basketball game on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you in part by Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, Muir Orthopedic Specialists, Fit Pro Go, American Asphalt, Meeting Rooms on Demand, Skynet.pro. And we want to talk about our All-Star game. The largest All-Star event on the West Coast returns on Sunday, April 1st, 2018. Folsom's Jace McCain, Martez Johnson, and Mason Forbes will be playing for the SAC All-Stars. And Salesian's James Akinjo will be playing for the Bay Area All-Stars. This year's event will again include 5 All-Star games featuring 100 of the NorCal's top boys and girls basketball talents for the class of 2018. For more, go to norcalsportstv.com/ANG for more. Much needed 3 by the Bulldogs, and Coach Wall, as we see so many coaches doing, the timeout off a made 3, and they're in their 2-3 zone. And Salesian will pass around the perimeter, flash somebody to the high post, and break down your offense, or your defense rather. Cross-court pass, and McClanahan throws it away. Turnover. Don't see that very often. Was thinking one way, threw it another. Turnover. Folsom basketball. McCain. A little pick and roll with Forbes not there. Gallegos been quiet tonight, and then we got a legal screen on Martez Johnson. And quickly, Deshaun Lynch, sophomore multi-sport guy, checks in for Johnson. And it's tough to set a screen when the guy with the ball doesn't run shoulder to shoulder with you. And you want to set the screen, that's your job. Akinjo. The assassin. And Salesian will turn up the defense. Take a long time to get it across half court. Forbes with a finish. Ball goes up. You better screen him out. That's the result. Mason Forbes. High energy player. Akinjo from Steph Curry land doesn't go. McClanahan with the steal. Back to Akinjo. He misses. And the ball will stay with Salesian. Javon McClanahan will check in. You got to block off the biggest guy and the tallest guy in the gym, right? Lynch with the slash, and the officials are going to get together. Coach Wall got that one. Lynch with the strip, ball knocked off the leg of the Salesian player, and the officials get together in the attempt to get it right. McCain. Forbes with another tip. They're not making him uncomfortable. He's feeling pretty freaking comfortable right now. Running the court, trailer on that tip. And the zone's giving Salesian a little bit of a tough time. And Forbes is called for the block and double foot stop by Coach Wall. Gerald Cummings checks in, just a sophomore. Bedoye checks back in for Coach Mellis. Bedoye, Brinkman, Akinjo, and the McClanahan twins for Salesian. Lynch, Forbes, McCain, Jones, and Cummings for Folsom. It's 21-17 at the end of the first quarter. Kenjo with the free throws. Jones with the basketball. Brinkman comes to trap. But they call the foul on Javon McClanahan. And both teams in the bonus. Jalen Scott will check in for Coach Wall. Jones makes the first free throw, averaging over 7 a game, 2 assists, and just over 2 rebounds. All senior starting lineup for the Folsom Bulldogs. Their last game was 9 days ago. Once again, they trailed Sheldon 39-21 at half. Asked Coach Wall, that must have been a heck of a halftime speech, and he just said, we talked about how disappointed it was in their effort and challenged them to be more aggressive, and they made small goals And they cut into those leads and met those goals. And speaking of goals, that's a field goal by Jaden McClanahan. And a possible 2-for-1 situation for Salesian if they can get the ball back. Forbes has played a lot of minutes tonight, already starting to grab the shorts. Was always a telltale sign that might be a little bit tired. Scott with a layup. That's 2 baskets for him. And gives Salesian an opportunity to close the half here. And they'll go Caltrans offense. And that's why I don't like when you stop and play for the last shot when you've had some effective offense, because things get stagnant like a pond there. As Salesian not with it, didn't have a good possession, but they lead 37-32 here at halftime. Do you need an aggressive and persuasive criminal defense attorney in Contra Costa, Solana, or Napa County? Contact Vincent R. Maher, attorney at law. You can benefit from the dedicated advocacy of an attorney who's one of the rare criminal trial lawyers in the state to be a specialist certified by the California State Bar. Contact him at 707-427-2800. Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, a professional corporation. Muir Orthopedic Specialists, specializing in orthopedic treatment and care through physical therapy, reconditioning, pain management, and surgery, with over 20 doctors in Walnut Creek, San Ramon, Brentwood, and Concord. Muir Orthopedic Specialists, restoring strength, health, and mobility. Go to MuirOrtho.com for more information and testimonials from patients. MuirOrtho.com. Muir Orthopedic Specialists, specialized, innovative, compassionate. It's also brought to you by Fit Pro Go, most delicious shake ever. Who will be our Fit Pro Go player of the game? American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for 35 years. Meeting rooms on demand, a unique alternative to hotel conference rooms. Skynet.pro, specializing in Bay Area sport video, area video, and photography. Info at sky.net.pro. And coming up on April 1st, is our all NorCal games. And that's our all NorCal games coming up April 1st at Salesian. Follow us at social media at NorCal Sports TV, or subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/NorCal Sports TV. Scores Folsom girls lead Salesian 30-28 at halftime. We're going to take a brief audio break, and then we'll come back with halftime highlights from the first quarter or first half highlights. You're watching the CIF boys open division game on NorCal Sports TV. Open NorCal Regionals. And Akinjo, high post. McClanahan with the rebound, and they'll push. Good defense leads to easy shots. Appreciate you tuning in here on NorCal Sports TV. Jefferson tries to. You will see a lot of dribbling, a lot of passing to beat this press. There's an example. Textbook, switching and communicating. 12-footer. Jace McCain apartments of getting us information in a short amount of time. They're very dangerous. JJ kicks it out. Good in and out game. And a good job by stop or contain Gallegos. Make Forbes uncomfortable. Sawyer's and another layup for Folsom. It's left in the first half. You just can't. Good look. Second time. McDonald's All-American, and both of them will be in our all-NorCal games. Deshaun Lynch, the only multi-sport. To Javon, and he takes the three. Then a block shot, and Folsom's on the run, and the layup goes by the Pride. McClanahan turning up the heat, and there's another precious possession. Forbes with the intimidation, the offense. In the roll with Forbes not there. Gallegos been quiet. Green, that's your job. Akinjo across half court. Forbes with a finish. McCain. Forbes with another tip. Salesian, a little bit of a tough time. Small goals, and they cut into those leads and met those goals. And sign that might be a little bit tired. Scott with a layup. That's two open NorCal Regionals. And Akinjo, high post. McClanahan with the rebound, and they'll push. Good defense leads to easy shots. Appreciate you tuning in here on NorCal Sports TV. Jefferson tries to. You will see a lot of dribbling, a lot of passing to beat this press. There's an example. Textbook, switching and communicating. 12-footer. Jace McCain apartments of getting us information in a short amount of time. They're very dangerous. JJ kicks it out. Good in and out game. And a good job by stop or contain Gallegos. Make Forbes uncomfortable. Sawyer's and another layup for Folsom. It's left in the first half. You just can't. Good look. Second time. McDonald's All-American, and both of them will be in our all-NorCal games. Deshaun Lynch, the only multi-sport. To Javon, and he takes the three. Then a block shot, and Folsom's on the run, and the layup goes by the Pride. McClanahan turning up the heat, and there's another precious Possession. Forbes with the intimidation. The offense. In the roll with Forbes not there. Gallegos been quiet tonight. That's your job. Akenjo across half court. Forbes with a finish. McCain. Forbes with another tip. Salesian, a little bit of a tough time. Scoring first for the visiting Bulldogs. McCain has 6. Johnson has 6. Scott has 4 off the bench. Jones has 7. And Forbes has 7. Scoring for Salesian. Jade McClanahan with 8. His brother Javon with 9. And Akenjo with 16 points to lead all scorers at halftime. Scores from around the open division. San Joaquin Memorial leads Sheldon 35-23. Early in the third quarter, Bellarmine leads Modesto 28-23. And at the end of the third quarter, Modesto's taken back the lead and they lead Bellarmine. And Folsom leads the Salesian girls 34-30 with 6:07 left in the third quarter. Those are scores that we have. And I apologize if I mispronounce names. I believe it's Martise Johnson, not Martess, and I apologize for that. Write your letters to your fellow senator, and I'll never get them. Anyway, we're back here to start the second half. Salesian with the basketball. They led 21-17 at the end of one. Folsom didn't get their first points until a Mason Forbes pair of free throws with 5:32 left. And they lead 37-32. Had the ball to close the first half, but did a lot of standing around and didn't get off a very good shot. Akenjo with 16 with the basketball. And Folsom playing a little man-to-man. And the Pride break down the defense. And then Brinkman, that's his game. Spot-up shooter has been offered by Fresno State. And he was in the right spot at the right time for the Pride. Isaiah Jones with the basketball. He drives and a layup. Jade McClanahan a little late with the help. And as James Akenjo told us, we play better in the big lights. Well, they were in the big lights on Saturday and beat Camp Alindo. And a travel on Jefferson. Was in the right spot, but his feet moved before he really had possession of the basketball, and the officials do a good job with the call. Fred Salgado, Eric Ellers, and Mike Capps are officials. And would like to also thank our television partner, KCRT Television in Richmond, for replaying tonight's basketball game. And the third turnover, where it's either been a 5-second violation, meaning possessing the basketball, or couldn't inbound it, and that's that Salesian defense. Akenjo from the baseline misses. Forbes with another rebound. Folsom leads Salesian girls 38-35, 3:30 to go in the third quarter. And a travel. Trying to do too much. His effectiveness tonight has been kicking the ball into Forbes, resetting, finding the open area, and Forbes giving him the basketball. Akenjo with the drive, and I think they're going to want the goaltending here. And they don't call the goaltending. Here's a Wilsonberger. He's a presence at the basket, no question about it. But Akenjo doing what he does best, attacking the basket. They called the foul on the shot. Jace McCain is whistled for that foul, and Akenjo at the free throw line. Did we hire a graphics person? No, that's our magical director, Dion I, working his magic and the ultimate laser focus. 2 games this week. Tomorrow night, I forgot. I got to promote this. We'll be in Walnut Creek for the Dublin Gales Las Lomas quarterfinal. And that game will be at 6 o'clock. Martise Johnson misses that. And Forbes is called for the foul on the rebound. Now, what's the difference there than the other possessions when he had a spike dunk and a tip? A body on him. And I know that was discussed at halftime by Coach Mellis and his staff. High post entry to Brinkman. He'll kick it out to McClanahan, and Akenjo breaks it down to Jefferson, misses a layup. Brinkman with a tip, Jefferson with another tip, and Forbes with a one-handed rebound. And a pass that you can't throw against this team. And Brinkman gets in the passing lane and tips it out of bounds. It's got to be a crisp pass, like lettuce crisp. Where's my pizza well cooked? In case you were bringing me a pizza. But I digress. Gallegos breaks down the defense, kicks it out, in and out basketball. Isaiah Jones, at least the 4th time where they've either had a entry into Forbes or a dribble penetration and kicking it out for a wide open look from the arc. Zone defense present problems at times for Salesian, and there's a turnover, and Forbes comes up with it. Gallegos kicks it to McCain. And we got a timeout, Coach Mellis, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point ball game. Thinks Folsom's got some spot-up shooters. Gallegos finds McCain, and he hits the 3. The CIF Open Division Boys Basketball game on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you in part by Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation covering Contra Costa, Napa, and Solano counties. We're orthopedic specialists, specialized, innovative, compassionate. Fit Pro Go, most delicious shake ever. Who will be our Fit Pro Go player of the game? American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for 35 years. Meeting rooms on demand, a unique alternative to hotel conference rooms. Skynet.pro, SkyNNET.pro. Great sport video and aerial video, specializing in the Bay Area. That's one of our fabulous partners, Kevin Allison. After the timeout, 2-point basketball game. Folsom has come out strong here in the 3rd quarter, playing that zone defense, and it's been effective. It's up for Brinkman and some of their spot shooters to take advantage. Kenjo front rim, and McCain, or Isaiah Jones rather, with the rebound. Little pick and roll here, two-man game. Pretty sweet move. And it's a tie ball game. Could have went to a lot of schools, chose to go to Harvard, but his ability around the basket was just demonstrated on that last possession, and they call a reach in. Watch this move. Because we don't see a lot of high post play, we don't see a lot of low post players. We get a little excited about it. Jalen Scott subs in for Isaiah Jones. Scott had 4 points off the bench, and that was an immediate contribution. And the officials calling timeout to wipe up the perspiration from the floor. Salesian led 21-17 at the end of one, 37-32 at half. But an onslaught of baskets by Folsom have tied it up at 42. Tejon Sawyer checks in the game, and he's called for the illegal screen. I mean, if he put his hands out, it would have been a great run block there. And when you're the second biggest guy on the floor, you can't hide when you make a play like that. Good call by the officials. And a chance for Folsom to take their first lead of the basketball game. Scott in the corner. He's trapped. Forbes comes out to help him. Johnson, spin move, and he's fouled by Brinkman. And second team foul for the Pride. Folsom didn't make their first points until 5:32 in the first. Layup by Folsom, and they take their first lead of the basketball game. Kenjo breaks down the defense. Acrobatic shot doesn't go. And Javon McClanahan comes up with the basketball. And a hand check. And that'll be the fourth team foul on Folsom. And Isaiah Jones will check in. McCain playing hard without the basketball, and that's the key when you're playing against any team, but specifically Salesian. A little hand check. We've done a lot of Salesian games. We haven't seen them trail. Block shot by McCain. Jones to Gallegos. And just makes a bad pass. And that goes to Salesian. And we should have a real good look at this. Now, if we want to be annoying, we'd show you the replay during live action, but we're not going to do that. SoCal College Sports! I'm sorry, I digress. Akinjo with the basketball. Sawyer's out high. Kicks it to Javon McClanahan. This zone has been very effective because the Pride haven't attacked the high post. It's open. Akinjo breaks down the defense. He's smacked across the face, and he'll get a couple of free throws and immediately gets up. That's 3 on Forbes. And what do you do here if you're Coach Wall? You don't want him to pick up that fourth. And Akinjo gets the hometown roll in Albany. Joshua Jefferson checks in for Javon McClanahan. Jefferson, Jade McClanahan, Akinjo, Bell, and Sawyer. Akinjo makes both free throws, and we're back tied. Akinjo goes for the steal. Gallegos will have nothing of it. Kicks it to McCain. And Akenjo with the chicken strip, the ball goes out of bounds. .21 on the shot clock when the Bulldogs inbound. McCain guarded by Bell. And he draws the foul. Called him on the shot, and he'll get a couple of free throws. Shane Bell with a foul. Isaiah Jones at the free throw line makes the first. Thanks for joining us on NorCal Sports TV. I'm Chris Babcock here from Albany High School as Folsom with the free throws. And with another lead change. It'd be interesting to see how Salesian reacts to being behind. And that's how they reacted. You get your potential all-state player, attacks the basket, and gets the foul. And we had mentioned earlier, no dribble penetration, cut that off. Well, nobody cut that off, and then you foul. Kenjo having a big game. Another lead change here. We looked at all the open games and we really thought this was going to be the best game. And that's why we're here. Gallegos driving kick to Scott. Doesn't go. And Mr. Lynch happens to be at the right spot at the right time. Gets the layup. And then Sawyer gets in the scorebook. Our fifth lead change. Lynch for three and a timeout. Coach Wall, 22nd timeout. The only multi-sport athlete on the Folsom team. And he nets that one. That's a big basket there. And our sixth lead change of the quarter. And then Lynch working his 5 points here in the third quarter have been huge. Follow us on our social media platforms at NorCal Sports TV or subscribe to our youtube.com/NorCal Sports TV channel. Doesn't cost you anything. You don't need your subscription fees. You just need your support. Sign up, get alerts of our games. We'll be in Walnut Creek tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, as Dublin takes on the Las Lomas Knights. Las Lomas seeded number 2, a Division II team that has been moved up to Division I. Why? They gave Bishop O'Dowd a heck of a basketball game. And when the teams take the timeout on the floor, there's the result. A little perspiration. 51-49, Akenjo with the basketball. And Folsom with another zone defense. Akenjo. Our 7th lead change of the third quarter. And when you have a 1 seed versus an 8 seed in the open, you're talking the best teams in Northern California. Sawyer tries to get that rebound, but it goes off the hands of Folsom and a Salesian basketball. Wide open look. And Akenjo realizes they're struggling a little bit scoring the basketball, and he takes the game into his own hands. Big possession for the Pride. Kenjo breaks down the defense. Doesn't get that one to fall, but Sawyer's there to put it back. It's as good as a pass. And that's the benefit of dribble penetration, because Forbes is going to help you, is going to help the offensive player who's wide open, and then that leaves Sawyer at the glass to put with the putback. Gallegos travels. And he slipped right where Folsom huddled on their 30-second timeout. Jones didn't screen out Sawyer, and doing what he does best, catch and put the ball back in the basket. Jace McCain back in the basketball game. Folsom's starters, with the exception of Deshaun Lynch. Last shot here for Salesian. See if they improve on the possession they had at the end of the second quarter. Forbes with a Wilson burger served up hot in Albany tonight. And it's 54-41, or 54-51 rather, at the end of the third quarter. No, 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 don't bring that ball in here, because there it goes. Great defense, Mason Forbes. Do you need an aggressive and persuasive criminal defense attorney in Contra Costa, Solana, or Napa County? Contact Vincent R. Maher, attorney at law. You can benefit from the dedicated advocacy of an attorney who's one of the rare criminal trial lawyers in the state to be a specialist certified by the California State Bar. Contact him at 707-427-2800. 707-427-2800. Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, a professional corporation. Muir Orthopedic Specialist, specializing in orthopedic treatment and care through physical therapy, reconditioning, pain management, and surgery, with over 20 doctors in Walnut Creek, San Ramon, Brentwood, and Concord. Muir Orthopedic Specialist, restoring strength, health, and mobility. Go to MuirOrtho.com for more information and testimonials from patients. MuirOrtho.com. Muir Orthopedic Specialists, specialized, innovative, compassionate. Folsom basketball to start the fourth quarter here in Albany. The winner will place Tuesday night in the NorCal Regional semifinal. Big stop by the Pride. Folsom girls lead Salesian girls 50-42. Big near steal for Folsom. McClanahan with the basketball. Sheldon now leads San Joaquin Memorial 47-46. Salesian getting that defense to stretch out, and then they'll just go and attack the basket. You can't leave Sawyer alone. 24, he had a big game last week. 24 points and 18 rebounds, and he just stays very disciplined around the basket. 5-point lead. Lynch doesn't go. Brinkman with the rebound. Brinkman. I said Brinkman was going to have a big game. He hasn't, but he's hit a couple of big shots, and that's as big as they get. Jones with a wild shot, doesn't go, and Sawyer with a rebound. A tied game is now an 8-point deficit. Brinkman, heartbreak. Jefferson with a rebound, and he's hammered. But all those threes are within the scope of the offense. And Akenjo checks in the game for Sawyer, who did a great job of just staying around the basket. I mean, it's one thing to say that, it's another thing to do it, but he's been doing it. He's had some big games and a couple of big defensive and offensive plays. And Jefferson misses the free throw, and Forbes with the rebound. It was 54-51 at half, or at the end of the third quarter. Folsom hasn't scored yet. And Jefferson with the bad Western Union telegraph pass to the low post, and J.J. Jefferson jumps in the passing lane with the steal. And Salesian sensing the importance of this possession. Kenjo breaks down the defense. And a 3-point game is all of a sudden a 10-point game. 7-0 run by Salesian. Jefferson with the help defense. And Folsom's foot is out of bounds. Jace McCain was out of bounds. And it's a turnover. And it's a timeout, Folsom. Jefferson with the defense. And basketball goes to the Pride. And his foot was on the line. And that's why we have not one, not two, not three, but 4 cameras. Brilliant shot by our cameraman, Kevin Allison, down there. Good job. This CIF Open Division Boys basketball game on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you in part by Vincent R. Maher at the Maher Law Group, a professional law corporation covering Contra Costa, Napa, and Solano counties. Muir orthopedic specialist, specialized, innovative, compassionate. Fit Pro Go, most delicious shake ever. Who will be our Fit Pro Go player of the game? American Asphalt, taking care of business in the Bay Area for 35 years. Meeting Rooms on Demand, a unique alternative to hotel, conference, and meeting rooms. Skynet, specialized in Bay Area sport video and aerial video and photography. Info at sky.net.pro. And once again, our all NorCal games at Las Positas College. If you want to see James and Kenjo play them more than just in his high school career, come out to Las Positas. You want to see Folsom kids play some more basketball, come out to Las Positas. We've got a great lineup, a lot of great players, great kids at Las Positas on April 1st. Folsom leads Salesian girls 50-48 with 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Akenjo. Little shake, but there's Forbes to help. And there's Akenjo with the foul. He'll block your shot. Just haven't seen him much involved in the offense here in the second half. Like to see him get some touches because he'll make the free throws. An important statistic. Salesian will be in bonus the rest of the game. McCain, Gallegos from 16, and the first points of the fourth quarter. Sawyer getting ready to check back in for Coach Mellis. Akenjo. They've got the defense stretched out. There's going to be holes in it if they can penetrate. McClanahan drive and kick. Brinkman misses. And Scott with a rebound, and he'll push. And there's McClanahan cutting off his dribble. His teammate coming with the steal, but was a little too physical and was called for the foul. Watch this defense. McClanahan cuts him off. Brinkman come with a steal, but then knocks him to the ground. That's going to be a foul. Sorry. Martez Johnson inbounds to Gallegos. He had 24 against Sheldon, but he's been pretty quiet tonight. That's been a focus of the Salesian defense. Forbes, he's blocked. Jefferson and Sawyer with a great double team. Akinjo splits the defense, but Forbes with a block from behind. Drive and kick. McCain. 5-point basketball game. And that zone stretched out. Sawyer's going to be open on the back end. If Salesian can flash somebody to the high post, Sawyer's just lurking down there. 15 on the shot clock. McClanahan goes strong to the basket. Doesn't go. Long rebound out to Gallegos. McCain with a reverse layup. And it's a 3-point basketball game. Was a 10-point game. And then a 7-0 run by Folsom. And the bite of the Bulldogs filled their Jefferson from 15. Soft, silky touch. Big basket for Coach Mellis. Johnson drives. Pretty reverse of the hand. He's left-handed, but he nails it right-handed. That was nice. That's that athleticism. He's a matchup nightmare for teams, according to Coach Wall, and there was an example. Sawyer kicks it out to Akinjo. Nice ball fake. Teardrop doesn't go, gets his own rebound, puts it up. Jefferson with a tip. McClanahan with the long rebound and the pride. Nice timeout by Coach Mellis. Was a little scattered there. He said, hey, it's better to call the timeout. Johnson drives right through the defense. It's all tied up in Folsom. Salesian girls, Folsom girls. But great basketball game here. Was a 10-point lead, 7-0 run by Folsom. And San Joaquin Memorial leads Sheldon with 4:01 left in the fourth quarter, 55-53. Let's see if we can get some other scores, but our laser focus is here on this basketball game. Once again, would like to thank our television partners at KCRT Television in Richmond, and thanks to Richard Lee and his help, and the athletic director of Albany High School. And I believe that Modesto Christian has beat Bellarmine. I just don't have a score. 10 on the shot clock. Not a lot of movement by the Pride. Off the timeout by Coach Mellis. Akinjo, air ball. Brinkman's got to put it back up. McClanahan hesitates, and it's a 35 shot clock violation. Now, the officials are going to talk about it if the ball hit the rim. Our officials again, Fred Salgado, Eric Ellers, and Mike Capps. We're waiting for the officials here. .55 seconds left. We're showing 31 seconds on the shot clock. And indeed, that's what it is. The officials ruled that the ball hit the basket, or hit the rim rather, and Salesian's just going to run clock here. And Folsom will try to trap. And the guards will share the basketball around the arc. McClanahan to Akinjo. Forbes of the rebound of the missed shot. And Scott dribbles right through the defense. Blocked shot, but somebody got him with the body. And they call that foul on Javon McClanahan, but watch Joshua Jefferson explode and run the length of the court here. Gets beat, but there is to block the shot, but it's a foul, and Scott will get a couple of free throws. And he gets the hometown roll on the road here. Timeout, Coach Wall. Now, you icing the free throw shooter here, or you call the timeout to discuss strategy. There's Scott's drive, and he's fouled, and he's done a good job off the bench. Junior swingman for Coach Wall. Good shot of their huddle. Modesto Christian ended Bellarmine's season 66-53. So Modesto Christian holds serve. Sheldon is playing San Joaquin Memorial. Sheldon's up 59-57 late in the fourth quarter. And Bishop O'Dowd up 15 right now. Appreciate those folks reaching out to us on Twitter. And we're assuming these updates are right. I guess, journalism integrity, which I have none. But Scott at the free throw line. And Folsom will press off the made. Well, it's a missed free throw. And they'll foul quickly. And Johnson fouls Jade McClanahan. And Martise Johnson fouls out of the basketball game. And the coaches will take their time. So Modesto Christian beat Bellarmine 66-53. And haven't got a recent update on the girls' game up at Folsom and Salesian. Jade McClanahan with the free throw. When this game ends, we're going to reintroduce our All-Star game again, and then I'll have our Fit Pro Go player of the game. Folsom's got to score and fast. Forbes fouled and it counts. Nice feed. Javon McClanahan with the foul, and Mason Forbes, no quitting that youngster, with the basket. Just didn't think he got enough touches in the second half. Always liked the way that Folsom High School is played. Misses the free throw, but Lynch with the rebound and the putback, and it's tied. You got to screen off. And Salesian, who takes such pride in rebounding, didn't do in that time. Akinjo misses, And we've got free basketball in Albany. Deshaun Lynch, 7 points in the second half. And here's the biggest one of all. And no one puts a body on him. And he was on the same side as Tejon Sawyer. Wow.
Salesian 57, Folsom 52. Congratulations to the Salesian girls.
Well, the Salesian girls with the, don't call it a comeback, with the road win as they beat Folsom 57-52. And they'll move on to the NorCal semifinal. Now, how does Salesian react to the momentum change here? A simple thing of blocking out and rebounding, and it's always a key. When we out-rebound teams, we win, plain and simple. Well, if Salesian rebounds and gets a body on a body, Lynch doesn't get that rebound. But credit the multi-sport guy. I'm going to credit him, love football, I coach football, and Lynch has done a great job. And we'll have 4 minutes of free basketball. Well, our basketball on NorCal Sports TV is always free. Tip goes to Scott. Wild pass, tipped by McClanahan. McCain to Forbes. In our 8th lead change of the second half, a 10-point lead dissipates. Akinjo doesn't go. Jefferson with the rebound. And they'll try it again. Forbes on another block shot of Akinjo. He's making a habit of that. And they never run out of Wilson burgers. Akinjo. Jefferson with the offensive rebound. Fade away from 7. Doesn't go. Gallegos with the defensive board. And a steal by McClanahan. Javon goes next play. And it's back to a tie game. You're watching NorCal Sports TV. I'm Chris Babcock. Thanks for joining us in Albany. McCain with the basketball. Little two-man game with Forbes. Gallegos to Forbes. And we got a foul on Akinjo. No. Yeah, the foul's on Akinjo. You can't leave one of the best players in the state all by his lonesome underneath the basket. Scott with the free throws. He was in the bonus. No bonus there. Akinjo with the rebound. Could be our next basket. It would be our 9th lead change of the second half. Akinjo bodied up by Gallegos. McClanahan doesn't go, and the Pride have been cold shooting. McCain dribbles right through the defense over to Jones. And it's our 9th lead change of the game. Folsom leads again. Everything has been perimeter lately for the Pride. Why? Because of number 25. McClanahan misses that. Forbes does a good job of not fouling. McClanahan with the steal. It's a scrum on the floor and a timeout. Folsom. Drive and kick. That's been the best offense for Folsom either through Forbes' hands or penetration. Here's that last loose ball. You think this game matters to these young men? Everybody's on the floor. But what doesn't happen? Nobody wipes up those spots, and just by happenstance, the ball's going to end up over there. Somebody will probably take a trip and fall. So Salesian girls with the win over Folsom. Modesto Christian beat Bellarmine. And we'll wait for our next update from San Joaquin Memorial, or at Sheldon versus San Joaquin Memorial. And from what we understand, Bishop O'Dowd was leading Capital Christian. How good were we doing our scheduling? Opportunity for us to pat ourselves on the back. We covered all of the open teams except for Sheldon, who we've got a great relationship with. We did their 2 open games last year. So NorCal Sports TV, go where the big games are. NorCal Sports TV, new slogan, new motion, new media. 4-camera look here from Albany. Gallegos with the basketball. Great possession time for Folsom. And we got there's the 5th one. Salesian is just dying for a great possession. A lot of passing going around the arc. Akenjo with the drive to McClanahan. .15 on the shot clock. Jefferson for 3. Doesn't go. Akenjo's over the back. It'll be free throws. Well, it'll be the bonus. If Gallegos makes the first, he'll get a second free throw. Lynch getting ready to check in for Scott. Officials stopping play to wipe up the perspiration from the Salesian side of the court. Overtime as Sheldon leads 65-63 over San Joaquin Memorial. Gallegos, the engine that could, according to Coach Mellis. Last year, Salesian was in this position, meaning the open, and they lost at De La Salle in the opening round. In Folsom, schedule's tough. All of their losses are to teams either still in the CIF tournament or state champions from other states. 5-point basketball game, no time to waste for Salesian. Somebody's got to hit a big shot. And McClanahan does. Timeout. Jade McClanahan with the 3. And it's a 2-point basketball game. Stay on one camera. So you want to try to get the steal off the inbound. And Salesian has one more foul to commit before Folsom's in the double bonus. And if you're Folsom, you want to be strong with the basketball. Come and get that basketball. Be strong. Near regulation, looked as if Salesian had the basketball game, but Off a missed free throw, Deshaun Lynch with the putback. Got this game into overtime. McCain with the basketball. To Scott, to Gallegos, Jones, McCain, and drive to Forbes. He's chicken stripped. Good defense by Salesian. McClanahan with a near steal, and they call him for the reach. There's this aggressive defense, but he got across the hand. The number 1 team in the state, down by 2 points, with Gallegos at the free throw line. He makes the first one. It's a 3-point game, and it's a timeout, Salesian. Well, if you're Salesian, you hope he misses the free throw, and they come down and get an opportunity to tie it. If he makes it, you got to come down and get a quick shot, not necessarily a 3, but then you got to get a quick foul. But at this point, it's going to be double bonus for Folsom. Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, Salesian had a 10-point lead, but credit the Bulldogs of Folsom of staying with it, and even late in the game where it appeared to be advantage Salesian, Deshaun Lynch, who's come up big so much tonight, just being at the right place at the right time, got the putback. And what's ironic is rebounding is such a passion, a mission at Salesian, and to see that putback off a missed free throw has got to be heartbreaking for the Pride. The winner of this game will play the winner of Sheldon San Joaquin Memorial on Tuesday. And they're trying to get the book straightened out. Good look at the Folsom players. And when they were down by 10 with everybody screaming in the gym, the Folsom kids handled that like champions. I don't know exactly what the question is about the scorebook. And Gallegos makes both free throws. And Lynch in for Gallegos. And that layup's missed. And they're fouled. Let's go. And Jalen Scott will be at the free throw line. And he makes the first. Doesn't go. Jefferson with the rebound. Akenjo Ball out of bounds. And that's the ball game. Folsom with the 8-1 upset over Salesian, and they'll move on to the NorCal Open semifinals. And we'll have our Fit Pro Go player of the game. And here's our All-Star game.
Off the bench, talk about his effort tonight.
It was great. We definitely need that solid effort off the bench. He came in, got some buckets, gave us a little bit of energy, so it really helped us with our momentum and getting back in the game.
You did a great job tonight of protecting the basket. Salesian's very good about dribble penetration, but you were there a lot, and then they just stopped dribble penetrating because you had to block shots. What was the game plan coming in?
We worked a lot on outside. We knew Akinjo obviously was the biggest factor for them, so just keeping eyes on him and me staying in the middle doing what I do.
Now it's staying up in Sacramento, as I believe Sheldon got the victory, so you'll be playing them on Tuesday. I know you're going to enjoy this one, but Mason, congratulations on being our Fit Pro Go player of the game, and safe travels home to Folsom.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's Mason Forbes, our Fit Pro Go player of the game. That's Mason Forbes, and what he did so well tonight was protecting the basket. And one of the keys coming into the basketball game was dribble penetration. And Salesian did a good job in the first half, but Mason Forbes' defense was felt. So on Tuesday night, Folsom will be headed to Sheldon High School, and that game will be at 7 o'clock. Modesto Christian beat Bellarmine, so they'll be taking on Bishop O'Dowd at Bishop O'Dowd. We'll close this one out here from Albany High School, where Folsom beat Salesian in overtime to win the CIF Boys Open Division game and move on to the semifinals on Tuesday at 7 p.m. versus Sheldon at Sheldon High School. And remember, we'll be at Las Lomas tomorrow as they host Dublin in the CIF Division I Boys quarterfinal at 6 p.m. You've been watching the CIF Championships on NorCal Sports TV. Thanks to our crew, Kevin Allison, Jason Green, Daniel Burrell, David Martinez, and our brilliant director, Dion I. I'm Chris Babcock in Albany. Good night, and thanks for being on the show.